What's up, everybody? Welcome to Real Unplugged. I'm your favorite girl, V, and today I'm kicking it with Trona and Natron, Coach Davis.
Coach Davis. Throw them all together.
All right, so Mr. Davis, let's start with your career, right? Mm-hmm. So you're a coach, right, or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So what inspired you to be a coach, and what keeps you motivated in your role?
What inspired me to be the coach? That's a good question. That's a question I like to answer. When people ask me that, I like to be the person that I didn't have as a coach growing up. Being at a small school, not having a lot of, opportunities at that small school, and the fact that I able to change lives and be the motivator that I didn't have, kind of help the kids in the way I didn't have. Like that's what kind of motivate me. And I like what I do. What keeps me motivated? Just seeing kids progress, seeing athletes have an opportunity they didn't have before. That's what I like. I know it's a couple kids, man, that would definitely be in the streets or in drugs, probably dead right now. And just the fact that even though they might not get this kind of education, go to college, like the fact of the matter that like I know I saved their lives from middle school to high school and a couple years out of high school, because the relationship don't stop once they get out of high school. Once they get out of high school, that's what keeps me motivated. Even when I really like I'm gonna get this up, I'm gonna just transition to something else every time. This is why you're doing it. So.
So you want to have a impact to help them, give them an opportunity to like for a better life too, right? Mm-hmm. Like to
because sometimes it ain't really always about basketball. It's some or just because I coach basketball, track, and football, but it ain't really about the sport. Sometimes it's about just the relationships and connections. Yeah, the connections I build. Mm-hmm. Like we just had to bury a student that I didn't coach. But she was a student that played basketball, and girls and boys basketball, they travel together. Sometimes at a small school, boys might be on one side, the girls might be on one side, and whatnot. So we had a good relationship, but when during the service, I not only did I go to the service, but when I went to the service, I seen all the other students that were there with her, that graduated with her, and just seeing how much kids after the service come to me and hug you and be like, "Oh, I love you, I appreciate you." Mm-hmm. After the service, they calling me, reaching out to me, about in a sense, I ain't saying I'm a therapist, but trying to reach out to me saying, "Coach, this is really bothering me. I need help to deal with that." So I say all that to say it goes beyond the game. It goes beyond that, because they need it, man. They don't really be having a male figure in their life, or those relationships like that. So. Yeah.
Good answer. Your answer was great. So in the near future, how long do you feel that you're gonna be, doing the coaching? Cause you say, I heard you say even when I say I want to give this up, I'm gonna go in a different direction. So what's your plans?
I say that because it's time consuming. I don't even. Sometimes I don't have no life. It's just literally, and with coaching all those sports, it go from travel ball to back to the season, basketball season to football season, the track, and it goes right into another. But I'm going to stop when I get tired. I'm going to stop when I completely get burnt out. I'll say this, I'll stop when I lose my fire, I lose that purpose, and so far, sometimes the flame might get thin, but it don't go out.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So, ain't no really timetable right now.
So would you say that, because I know you personally growing up, right? Mm-hmm. So would you say that the way you were brought up or raised, right, have an impact on the way you treat the students now? Not dismissing the fact that you say you trying to save them from the streets, basically. Mm-hmm. Do you feel giving them that love they probably not getting at home, stuff like that?
Mm-hmm. for the most part, it's like I guess people say when you got kids, you take from what you like from your parents and what you don't like. I mean, from my how I grew up, there's certain aspects of, that past that I bring into coaching, and some I don't. I leave out. We do pray before every game. And I think that's just the right thing to do. To protect from injuries and just a lot of times them kids got a lot going on in their mind too. And I think a prayer before the game kind of like calms that and settle that and makes stuff easy with that. But I mean, I think that goes a long way. My travel team every summer we take them to church like one weekend where we're off. Take the whole program there. We don't visit 3 churches in the area and whatnot. And that's just kind of something that I feel like they need in their life. And sometimes that's probably the only time they go to church. So
I was just talking about
that's
that.
true. That's true. So being that you was raised up in the church, right? Do you feel like being raised up in the church? Now I'm not gonna say take away, but did you feel like you missed anything in the real world, the life, or whatever? Because you like 20 what?
28.
28. You still got life to live. But do you think by being like brought up in the church, like did you think like anything like, dang, if I wasn't so all, you know what I'm saying? I would have missed out on this, missed out on that.
I mean,
I don't mean to interrupt you, but I don't even know if when you ask the question, you say being brought up in the church, because let's not give them a false narrative of just growing up in the church, because I think growing up in the church don't make you miss out on nothing. But
some people can be too involved and they do miss out on things.
Right.
Because you think about it, if you in the church 24/7 and your parents or whoever you are to know to let's be raised
can
in
we
the
get
church.
a little bit more real though?
I'm just saying.
Can we get a little bit more real? I'm saying like the way he grew up in the, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but predominantly like really, really saved church where they just, they live, eat, church. That's what it
Right,
did.
so that's what I'm saying, though.
So
But
yeah,
I'm
I
saying
want you
with
to tell
that-
people that because we real, like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to, but
So ask him
being
that.
the fact that you was in
Predominantly,
that
like-
church, right?
Right.
Do you feel you missed out?
some stuff you do miss out on. Some stuff I like, dang, I wish, I could have experienced that. And some stuff I really don't have no care for still, like,
Right.
at my age right now. But in this entirety, I don't regret it because, I feel as though, look where I'm at right now. And I like to blame that on just my upbringing, just to be in this position. Again, like I said earlier too, you pick and choose what you want to like maintain as an adult and what you want to like, just leave behind or, kind of drop off. There's some things I do and some things I don't, you know what I'm saying, that, that in your upbringing as an adult now, you kind of like leave or you
Right.
kind of
I got
maintain.
you.
But I don't feel like I miss out on things because, I was always kind of like me.
He was a rebel.
Yeah.
I kind of did,
What
what I won't say what I wanted to do, but there was a lot of people wasn't doing what I'm not saying I'm out here wilding, but
You took chances.
yeah, I took some chances,
And then I'm gonna just piggyback on what you said, because even though, I know, like I said, we know you personally. Yeah, you grew up predominantly like just saved. Y'all go to church. That's what I did. I didn't necessarily grow up like that, but at the same time, it was still things that my mom did not allow. I can remember me saying, like, for instance, I would say certain places that I really wanted to go as a kid. And I would say, and this is probably what you can relate this to, is I remember me wanting to go certain places when my other friends would go, and my mom wouldn't let us go. And me and Vina have a conversation and say, you know what? I'm glad mama didn't let me go. Because, like, think about the things I could have been exposed to, the things I could have done just being in them certain spaces. So maybe something like that.
For sure, because especially, man, like being in education and seeing, stuff happen so fast with the youth, like, I just be thinking, like, man, like, if I was exposed to X, Y, and Z, like, I know me, I probably would have ran out. You know what I'm saying? I probably would have been one of those numbers that ain't make it to a certain age, just because I know me personally. So I definitely, like, know that I needed that guidance. And like you say, like, there's certain things that I'm like, yeah, I'm cool off of that. I'm cool on that. Like, yeah, I can remember right now, it was a party, in high school that I wanted to go to. And it ended up getting, like, shot up, and 2 kids ended up getting, like, hit. And I'm like, man, like, that's the same one I wanted to go to. And then that's then. Now, shoot, you can't go nowhere now. You know what I'm saying? These YNs, bro, they off the chain. So I mean, yeah, the pros and cons. So
Yeah, I think that's fair. I would say, do you say there's some things you leave behind. Growing up, like as of right now, what do you feel like is the most important thing to you right now? Like what is very important to you?
right now, to be honest, like probably family and time. I mean, from personal reasons and from like a coaching aspect. Like I got a class right now that's about to graduate and get out of school, and that was my very first class that I worked with. And then I got some right now that kind of was when I first started working with that group. It's a couple of classes that were before them, and they done in college or I got kids that I coach now that about to graduate college. So it's like, dang, I've been doing it for a while, and in certain aspects of my life, like, okay, look, I gotta like make sure this happened by a certain time, and time is flying by, so you gotta stay on it, So time and then family, in the sense of like, man, like people dying for real, and we hold on to beef and stuff, and it's irritating to me, Like it's certain. I feel like family is all you got. It gets to a certain point where certain things happen in your life. Friends gonna be there, and sometimes friends become family. But at some point, like that saying, blood thicker than water, like that's what you got. And I value, family, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I did this podcast, you know what I'm saying? Support, and I think that go a long way. I'm big on support and that. So that's the most important thing right now.
Yeah, I can agree with you on the family situation because life is very, very short. And I think at a certain point too, like, I always tell people, like, I can remember, like, years ago, I'd be, like, upset. But nobody can make me upset no more like that. Like, seriously, I don't think you could do too much for real.
You
like
crashing out no more?
No, I don't.
I don't think that we crash out. I just feel like sometimes we need peace. And I just feel like with our family, I feel like we are very emotional and very passionate about how we feel, right? And I do feel that we all we say things, but we don't expect for somebody to rebuttal or say anything back. And I feel like that is one thing that causes an issue a lot in the family, right? Because everybody feel like they can say, but nobody can take where they come back, right? So now we got a problem, right? And I feel like we, like you say, hold on to grudges a lot. Some things do not be that serious, but we choose to, And I was going to ask you this the first time because I feel like sometimes, being that some of our family was raised in the church, was in the church or whatever, right? I feel like it's always a category they put us in and say that, well, I know Noodle ain't gonna do that because Noodle know better because this and that.
Because he know God.
Because he know God. But who's to say that we don't know God because we didn't go to church 24/7? You get what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things that, like, and I don't think that they know that they do it. You feel me? But I was gonna. Go ahead.
I remember like somebody being in school and somebody said a parent. One of my friends got in trouble in school, and a parent came to the school, and I saw homeboy did what he got in trouble for, and his mama came to school was like, I know that ain't happen. He would never do that. Like you can't say what somebody never would do when you ain't around them. You know what I'm saying? And like right now, even in his life, like I might be telling a story or going through something, and I be like, man, like that ain't happened, or this person do X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, well, I think, I assume they wouldn't. I hope they wouldn't, because you don't know. So for me, I don't categorize nobody. I don't put nobody in the position to feel as though like they should feel left out. That ain't who I am.
Because
man.
we all human.
Yeah,
and regardless if you're in the church or not, I feel like you gonna do some things that you probably shouldn't have been doing. And I feel like some people that was not raised in the church do things are better. Well, not that they are better, but they carry themselves better than the people that was raised up in the church. I've seen people in the church that do horrible, that have done horrible.
Still doing it, But I that's why you hey, that's why you ask for forgiveness and you strive to not do it again. You know, I think we kind of normally leave that part out. I mean, you gonna mess up, you gonna have slip ups, you gonna. I think I was talking to somebody and it was recently, and they was saying like in the Bible, like Jesus like experienced everything that we all like experience. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, what is it? Being angry, being sad, being tempted, like all those different things, like he experienced just to show like, you know, how to handle those things when they happen. So we're going to
In
experience
some minutes,
them
we're
all.
going to go through all this.
Yeah,
There's
all
no
of it.
right or wrong. You're going to go through it. You just got to know how to
Handle it when it come.
Handle when it come and then try not to do it again. You know, we still, you know what I'm saying, we still flesh. So got to fight that every day. But
So what what advice would you give like your youth that's coming up, or about like, I would say life period?
what advice give the youth? What advice I'm gonna give them YNs, man? What advice? It's all right to be you. It's all right to not be what somebody say you're gonna be. Go your own path. I think right now, especially with social media and just how I see it every day in the hallways. Like, I mean, everybody dressed alike. Like, I just got on half of my students the other day. Like, yo, like, why all your boys got on all black hoodies, black pants, and Crocs? Like, where your style at? Where your uniqueness at? Like, be you. You doing it because everybody else doing it. The whole 2 or 3 lunch tables, they all sit together. All them boys all black. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I think they're afraid to be themselves. I think, you know, a lot of kids aren't bad. I don't think the youth is trouble. I just think they don't have a lot of positive role models, and I think they feel as though like, this is what they're supposed to be like. You know what I'm saying? He made hard music, but like YoungBoy, like them YoungBoy concerts, like that joint was like what positive gonna come from that? You feel me? You know, and I don't think they know how to separate the difference between, okay, this is music
For having fun,
right, versus
real
this
life.
is like what I should be on.
Right.
Like, that boy really gonna crash out because of that music, you know. I ain't knocking the concert, you know, it looked like it was fun. You know, I had a lot of kids that went, but all those people that go to, the kids, it's hard for kids to separate, all right, this is what I'm conditioned to, this is what I'm supposed to be like, or this is just music, I'm gonna keep it music and I'm just keep it there. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, they gotta learn how to be themselves, man, and know that it's all right to do the right thing. I mean, and you're gonna make mistakes. So that's my life.
Would you say you had a role model? And if so, who?
I ain't had no one role model. I mean,
You probably you didn't have nobody
That you
just
looked up to?
I got pieces. I don't have one role model, but I took a lot of things from a lot of different people. And the reason why I say no to, because y'all probably might be thinking like it might be somebody, because I done been disappointed by a lot of people growing up and whatnot. So I kind of like at an early age learned to like remove like that expectation of people. Because again, like we said earlier, people are people, so they're gonna disappoint you and hurt you. But if you keep leaning into that and expecting them to be somebody that you expect them to be, you're gonna hurt yourself. So I mean, but it's just some people you know what I'm saying, took some stuff from. Y'all might not know this. It's crazy. I'm gonna say this on the podcast. I really, really looked up DJ. For real. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but you know, with being a college athlete and then being the older cousin of mine, you know what I'm saying? Like I always like wanted to have a closer relationship than what it is, but the age gap so big, so it was kind of hard for that.
How old are you? 28? Yeah, y'all got almost a 10-year-old.
Yeah, it's almost so like I think he going to high school and I ain't even in high school yet. I don't think. You know,
Right.
it can't be. You know, so that and then with him being the first college athlete, with him being the first male in our family to graduate, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, he the first one. So that's all just everything to follow. My older sister took some stuff from her. You know, she was the first person I know personally, you know, growing up to see, you know, go to college and graduate. I get to see that every day in the house. Learn a lot from her. My mama, you know, I learned a lot of stuff from her. Like I said, growing up in the church. and just like life values that she gave. You know what I'm saying? Me and my siblings. But for the most part, like that's kind of it ain't just one person. It's just some stuff I grab from people. So
Those are good reasons.
What
I
about
like
you?
that.
He said, what about you?
No, that's a good question. As far as role models, like you said, I don't really have nobody that I aspire to be like, but I did have, like my mom is gonna be always number one because without her, I would never be the person that I am. Do she always do things that I like? Are her decisions always? Do we agree on everything? Absolutely not. But I can honestly say that she has taught me how to be an adult. When you know what I'm saying, she has taught me how to be. I can remember like just being a little. Like 5-year-old, my mama taught me everything I know from the house, like off of a poster board. I'm not lying to you. I learned how to read. When I was in kindergarten, I was reading, writing in cursive, all this stuff. And it's coming from just my mama teaching me this in my house. You get what I'm saying? So she prepared me to be, I always tell people, I was like a little mini adult when I was little. Like I could go at 8 years old and go shop. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, she just, like I said, that's my number one person. I don't have nobody else but that. Like, she taught me how to be the reason why I'm the person I am today is because of what she taught me and instilled in me. And she, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just have to give her a props. Like, I always tell, like, you awesome job because you got 4 diplomas and 3 degrees.
facts.
Period.
Facts.
I'm just saying.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? People have a hard time getting their kids out of high school.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
and I don't think we give them as much credit as they deserve to, in the sense of like where, you know, where we grew up at. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying we grew up in the hood, but you know, in the country, you know, and just from hearing stories of what they say, like they ain't really expect their kids, like people didn't expect their kids, us, you know, to really be what we've become and do what we do. And I think, you know, like we done blow all of those things out of the water, and that's because like our parents, you know I can go to my mom and get anything I need, you know,
right,
anytime, you know, and like you said, like you gotta give them their props, bro. Like,
and I also feel like they didn't even know it, but I think they help us learn. We wouldn't know how to survive without them. Not saying that, you know, because some parents don't teach their kids that, like, but I think they did it without knowing. So that's why I say that we should always give our parents grace, because not saying that everything they do is right, but they did what they know. You know what I'm saying? That's what they know how to do. You know, so even when we get upset, or, you know, like my mom really say things to get on my nerves all the time, but you know, they taught us what they know. That's all they knew. You know what I'm saying? So it's you know, we should give them
and
grace.
say, like you said, and coming from that, like you said, as far as just what they know, like you were just saying, like Tisha was the first one to college and I was the second. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know what I'm saying? And then from there, it just kept everybody else feel like, nah, we gotta do this. Y'all, we gotta do it. So now that's everybody doing it. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't follow y'all up.
I'm weak.
I can even remember, like, and this is so fun. I can remember one day me and grandma, we was talking, God rest her soul, we was riding East Santee, you know, because she always give a ride. We was at the gas station, and I can remember, like, that was one of her proudest moments. At this point, me, Tisha, and Shada was in college, and she was like, and she was bragging about all 3 of us being in college. You know what I'm saying? That was big for her. So I'm very much proud. Like I said, proud for where I came from, proud for what we doing.
Do y'all ever sit back and be like, dang, like look at how we grew up as far as from a family dynamic, and feel as though like you want the same thing?
I think we all do. I think that we all want the same thing.
I want pieces of what we have. I don't necessarily say I don't want everything the way we grew up, because like you said, I'm taking pieces of what I've learned from our family, and I'm installing it in Carson. And of course, she's not going to go fully to what I gave her, but I want pieces of. I was
thinking that he was saying like us growing up, like wanting a goal to have the same thing versus us wanting.
Yeah, like so for us, big family,
Oh,
all
my
the
bad.
family gatherings and how we
Yeah.
move, how we do
Yeah, I
things.
mean,
Like,
that-
at some
that-
point, we gonna be.
Oh yeah,
That-
the goal
yeah,
is.
right.
I mean, yeah, the goal is. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, and like I said, we on the podcast and we be real. I feel like our family has really broken up a whole lot, and I pray one day that we can get back together. Because I can remember at one point Sundays was. I look forward to going to Sundays
Right.
at grandma's house or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. But now we don't get to have all of those no more. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely want to be able to keep all of us together, keep our Christmas traditions, keep our 4th of July traditions or whatever.
Every holiday.
Thanksgiving, yeah.
holiday.
But I think, well, would y'all say that because of the big opinions and sensitive feelings
Facts.
is the reason? Because I feel like I say, we all say things and then we
It's
can't.
definitely that. But I think at a point in
But we
our
don't-
life as adults, us, I'm not talking about our parents.
We have to change it.
I be feeling like we the aunties and uncles. The
We
way
are
like they be cutting
our
up.
adult-
we gotta.
I think when it gets to a point, we have to know how to just say, shift the monkey a little bit, and be like, whatever, it's all
Yeah.
good, man, you good, you got it, and like sleep it off because we don't live together no more. So it's not like I gotta hear all the fussing no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because mama gonna be mad, but like we gonna not talk for the next 2 days.
Right.
She gonna find some type of reason to talk to me. I'm gonna find some reason to talk to her. You get what I'm saying? So I think at this point, I'm at the point where like, yeah, we are never gonna agree on everything, but at the same time, like, I'm not holding it that long. You get what I'm saying?
It's so personal.
I'm not gonna take it that personal.
Yeah, it's so personal.
It have been years since like things felt normal. You know what I'm saying? And then going back, it's crazy how it's all connected because you asked me what's the most important thing, and I said time and family. And I said family because like, this podcast right here is like right now it's a panel of like just first cousins. You know what I'm saying? And like it's easy to have this conversation to do it because like this feel normal. You know what I'm saying? And I said family is important because like it don't feel important like right now. You know what I'm saying? Now if anything that happened, if something crazy happened or whatever case may be, I know we're gonna be there. That's always gonna be us.
But why we gotta wait to that?
Yeah.
Why- that's but like again, I just feel like because we hold on to grudges too long, way too long, and don't get me wrong. I'll tell you, I'll be telling your mama this. I'll tell my mama this. Like the adults have to understand that we are adults at this point in life. You
don't see that, though.
can't you can't say you gonna do something to me and I'm not gonna be like looking at you crazy because I'm definitely gonna look at you crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I know in my head that you still, you my mama.
Right.
But lady, calm down,
Right,
please.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
So when everybody learns to respect each other boundaries and know that, hey, I can't come at Noodle this type of way no more. I can't come at Tron this type of way. Sorry. I can't come at Vita this type of way no more because she is an adult. They got, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think when everybody learned to
Why you think they
respect
do that,
each
though?
other, because they didn't know. We just say why. They did not know, and they don't care to change because they're old and they're stuck in their ways. But once you have to say, hey, I love you. I understand what you're doing. I'm going to take what I know from you, but just let me live.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sometimes you got to say that to your parents or to anybody, you know? I find myself, like, I ain't never used to get on the phone with none of my aunts and talk to them for, like, hours. But now as I got older, Baba G to call me, we would talk for hours. Janetta call me, we'll talk for hours.
I still don't do that.
You get what I'm saying? And
That's crazy because me and Uncle Mike was on the phone for like an hour or two, just chopping it up, like just about all
right.
kind of stuff.
Just sitting here and just talking. And then sometimes I be like, Jeanette be saying, I'm like, Jeanette, I agree with you, but not on that. Because no, you wrong for that now. You know, that is how I'm going to be because I feel like
But that's the way they
you,
taught us though.
you still learning from somebody. Like, I don't care how old you
Oh,
is
100%.
now. You gotta you
100%.
gotta learn. So sometimes and even she might not take it in at that moment, but she'll call me back and be like, Vina, you know what? You said something and you was right, but I still feel this way.
Oh my God.
But I'm like, lady, if you still feel that way, but let it go.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
At the end of the day. But yeah, everybody has to learn to respect each other's boundaries. That's what I would say about it. When you learn that we are not kids no more, then life will be easier.
We the
And when
uncles now,
we,
bro.
the kids, the adults that grew up, we have to understand know our parents and not do everything right or how we would like it. But it's what they know. That's what they know. And just take it with a grain of salt and let it be. Your mama probably did right, and your daddy probably not did right. But everything, they probably say something to you wrong, or say, "Vina, you big," or "Your titties so big," whatever. But at the end of the day, like I know that okay, they didn't say what they know. You know,
and that's dope for us to like be able to come to and grow to. Because honestly, like, I mean, I ain't gonna put too much information in that, but like I feel as though certain ones of us like done learn to understand who's stuck in their ways, who's gonna be open to like learn and be different, and who's just it's just gonna be that. But I think I think with us experiencing that and then seeing them do that, that's just making the cousin core, you know what I'm saying, stronger. And learning from
and just showing us something that we don't want to do. Because I definitely like, I always say like, I don't have nothing. I have no ill will towards none of my family members, none of my cousins, even the ones we don't even talk to all day. Now, granted, will I tell them about themselves and curse them out? I will, because I'm gonna let you know these are bull crap. But I really don't have any of. I have not one cousin that I just feel like, oh, I'm not talking to you again.
Yeah, I don't got that either. I mean, I get feisty and I get down, but I'm learning to let some things go and not go too far. Like and I noticed that I just told the kids about not the kids, my high school people like yeah, I gotta learn how to joke with people now because I'm already loud. And when I talk, it's a high pitch. And then if I say something, you might think that I'm being mean to you, but I'm really joking. I'm just joking with you. But you might not take my joke like that. You know what I'm saying? So I got to understand that the way I say things sometimes might rub people the wrong way. And I just got to tone it down a little bit,
But that's the difference between our generation and their generation, the older generation. Like what you just said was understanding and knowing that you got room to grow, or you understanding other people. Like it ain't just you. It just ain't your ways. All right, that's not what I meant, but I understand that somebody else might take it that way. Older generation,
or even just taking accountability for the way you are. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's another thing. Like a lot of us don't know how to take accountability. Be like, you know what? Maybe I was wrong for that. Maybe I did took that too far.
It's growth, man. It's life. Tell you.
So with that being said, we already know family is it for us, for you. What advice would you give your family though? The ones that just gonna be that, the ones that's open and is willing to give each other grace. What would you say?
I mean, this gonna sound bad, but
Dress it up.
hey, y'all, man, life's short, man, and I know anything can happen to anybody, but I mean, y'all boy pushing y'all back end, y'all on the back end.
I just think
You know what I'm saying?
I just
You gotta
say we
get
just gotta
right.
let it go. Like let it
I
go.
would say let it go.
Let go and just.
Oh, I know it.
And just live, you know what I'm saying? Let go, because I don't think nothing that we going through right now is too serious for us to get over.
I agree. But let me ask you a question, because we do have our uncles, right? Now, this is me personally. Don't be mad. But this is me personally.
They'll be all right.
I don't feel, okay, I do feel like when the uncles do stand up, I do feel they come wrong, right? But do you feel like they should like be the ones to try to keep us intact, keep us together, instead of building that wedge, putting that wedge there for us? You get what I'm saying? Because,
No.
I mean, I'm just asking, not saying that they do that, but I'm saying like, I think that they like are very quiet. They don't like say, hey, y'all, Vina and Charlie, y'all sisters, cut it out. Y'all need to have this going on. But don't say, Vina and Charlie, shut up right now. I'm gonna beat y'all. Like, come on.
Yeah, like we, like you
it's
said, we
different.
grown.
But it's just like
I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna be that. Just me personally, I done thought about that so many times. I don't think none of the older generation is gonna be the turning point. I think two people could, if they stay on the same page. But to be honest with you, I think that's on us. Like it's gonna at this point, it's on us. I think we are the glue, and they the broken puzzle pieces at this point. metaphorically.
That's true too, but I do think that
I think it's too late.
I do think that
It's never
The
too late.
older-
No, I'm talking about they stuck
I
in their
do
ways
think like
too
the
late. You know what I'm
matriarch of our
saying? Yeah.
family should and still needs to stand up and say what it is. Like, cause you post like once grandma and granddad is gone, you supposed to stand up and say, you know what? Come on, enough is enough. Like, I know we got our values, I know what we stand on, but come on, at the end of the day, family is supposed to be everything, this and that and the third. And I felt like that was never done.
That's right. I agree. I think we stand on principle.
Because again, and I don't mean to cut you off, but you say it's up to us. How can it be up to us, but nobody listen to us either? Because how many times we've all said the things that need to happen, and ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
that's
it
true,
can't
too.
be up to us.
I think we do it with action. Like, who to say we can't have a family gathering like how we should do every fourth Sunday, and they got to be there. If they all want to stay home because y'all mad, stay home. You know, at some point, you know what I'm saying, y'all gonna be left out. Y'all, we making memories that y'all not gonna be a part of. And then if somebody they want to come, they can come. If they don't, they don't. You know, but I get it. I get people. You have your feelings and you have your attention. You feel how you feel and whatnot. But I ain't like I might sound old when I say this, bro. I done experienced stuff in life, brother. It's like them people going like friends and work and life are already hard enough. You're gonna need something at home. You're gonna need blood. You're gonna need family to come to and cry to, or talk to, or just keep it real with. And if you ain't got that, man, like what's up? Like, you know, like, and then me and you talked about this one time on the phone. We was talking, bro. Something happened to somebody now. Don't be all like hollering and crying, dog. Like you got the way you feel, and you stand, you being 100
You
on how
gotta
you
stand
feel when
on
they
it.
live it. Stand on it, bro. If they in that, if
You need the box.
God forbid, yeah, man. But
feel you.
I don't like that. Like, it's just too much happening too fast. You know what I'm saying? And you know, unfortunately, this me personally, I feel as though we are the glue. Like, if we, and check this out, if we was the ones, you know, beefing and not really keeping up tradition and whatnot,
You would've had something to
they would've
say.
had something to say. So, I mean, but every family go through this. Ain't just ours. You know, just a little TED talk for us right now. But they're gonna be mad about this too, y'all. But they'll be all right.
They might. It's okay.
Yeah, alright.
Just pray about it.
Yeah, it'll be
That's what
alright.
you said the first time, right?
Boys be all right, man. They need to hear stuff like this.
But I really do feel like this was a very real episode. But I think that, you know, if we all agree to disagree, life will probably be a little more easier. And learn to give grace for the ones that don't know and the ones that are learning and trying. You know, I feel like, you know, it'll be better because
And then, man, trauma real, dog. Like, I don't think we be understanding that. Like, trauma real. Like, it's how many? It's 4 of y'all, right? Four. It's 4 of y'all. It's 5 of us. Y'all got the same parents. We got the same parents. We've been raised by the same people, but all of us, our versions of how we grew up, our story of how we grew up is different in 4 different ways for y'all and 5 different ways for us. So what I experienced versus the rest of my siblings growing up and their story is totally different. Like, we already know, like, the oldest, you versus the youngest, DJ, y'all been raised totally different.
that's true.
And you can see it. Like, and for us, it's the same way. I'm in the middle, and the big boy raised completely different from me. You know what I'm saying? And then, so I'm just going back to even just with them, like our, you know, the older ones in our family. Like, it's what, 9 of them, 8 of them.
9.
9 or 10.
Yeah, like
Nah.
they gotta realize, man, that all of their experiences are different. You know, and trauma, unless you deal with it, that's not gonna stay with you.
Yep.
Yep.
It ain't going away.
We need a therapist.
Yes, we need
100%.
a therapist to sit down. They probably ain't gonna believe in that. They gonna be like, we don't need nobody to
They
talk
ain't
to.
talking to nobody. That's what they gonna do.
You know? Yeah. But yeah, y'all, I think this was real, honey. I loved it. But again, I would say, like, you know, we got to learn to give each other grace. Pray for each other. That's important. I pray for my sisters, brothers, cousins every day. My whole family. I pray for y'all every morning, every day. It is something I like to do.
I don't do it every day.
I
Sometimes
do it every
don't
morning.
pray
I get
every
up.
night,
I
but
pray for them.
If I'm riding my car, I might, you know.
Yeah, I pray. And I would say, not to family, not to judge each other so much. let's not live with regret. You know, let's feel how we feel, but learn to respect each other at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I feel like just like I say, love on your people and try to understand.
Yeah.
Y'all feel me?
Feel that? That's 100. Telling you, boy.
Well, Noodle,
Yeah,
Neutron. I can't help it. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
it's out there now.
I appreciate you for coming for the little support, but not little. Let me stop saying little.
Big, it's big, man. You got
let
set
me-
up in here. Y'all can't see it, but it's like, hey, man, it look like Club Shay Shay in here, boy. I'm telling you.
But I really appreciate your support for coming to sit down and talk. And we got real personal just now, and that was not on this card, but we got personal. And you brought the real and the unplugged with you. I love that. But until next time, y'all, I need everybody to like, follow, share, and subscribe. Noodle,
Do that.
anything you want to say?
Coach Natron.
Natron,
Coach Davis. She putting it all out
Anything
there.
you want to say to the people?
Like, follow, subscribe,
Share.
share, do all of that. I'm gonna tag my information in the bottom. I want all my followers to follow my big cousin, and their platform, and I support it, man. That's it.
Thank you. All right, y'all. Until next time. Peace. We out.
Bye, y'all.